guys, have you ever fallen in love with somebody that you know you just shouldn't love? Someone that everything that you have ever learned tells you you shouldn't be together, it isn't right, and yet you still love them and it feels so right.
Hi, welcome back to
I'm sorry, I'm so serious.
Welcome back to GMMs TV. We're back for season 2. Have you guys missed us? Because we definitely have missed you.
Yes. Tea. Like, what is even happening here?
So yeah.
We're back. We're better.
And we're hungrier.
Oh, yes! Yeah. Hungry. I was like, wait, hungry?
But yes, so today we are going to be talking about Ticket to Heaven, the highly anticipated BL from GMM in 2026, okay? People have been waiting for this BL for years, it feels like, okay? But yes, let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about our main characters, okay? Who do we have for our main characters?
For our main characters, we have Tenrak and Bartholomew.
Okay, played by...
Oh, played by Gemini 4th.
Oh, yes.
Okay? The amazing, the talented Gemini 4th. Like, ooh, yes. And can I say they really ate this up?
And they did.
Okay.
Ate it up and then some, okay? So for the plot of this BL, we have 12th grade Barth who moves to a new school, and Tanrak is asked to look over him and put him, on the right path. And, as they become closer though, Tanrak struggles with his feelings, with his faith, and also fearing for his future.
Yeah.
And we sympathize with him, okay? We sympathize with him.
I think it's like something that's just so real, like growing up and being taught that this is how it's supposed to be, and then being introduced to something new, whether that's a person or an event or an experience that just like changes your whole entire fundamental thinking of how you should act and how you should be. I feel like everyone goes through that. Like that's the whole thing about growing up and being an adult versus a kid and stuff like that. So yeah, he goes through this whole spiral, and
yeah. So let's get into their personalities, okay? So how did you feel about, how do you think Barth's personality was?
Okay, I think when we were first introduced to Bart, for me, he gave very stoic, but in a charming way. And I don't know if that was Barth or if that was Gemini, but them eyes were really doing a little something. It was giving very not outwardly charming or flirtatious, but just the way he moves and the way he talks. And I would also say his actions in the beginning to me were very charming, effortlessly charming. And then for stoic, I think in the beginning he was very reserved, mainly because you're coming into a whole new environment, but then also when you learn what happened in his past and stuff like that, you're okay, I understand why you were reserved and stuff like that. But I think, yeah, stoic and charming were my first impressions of him.
Yeah, and for me, I said that he was obviously more standoffish in the beginning, which obviously made sense because of what he went through and stuff like that. And because of that, he struggled with his faith, and he was a more rebellious child because of that. Obviously the troublemaker of technically the class in general, okay, because nobody was doing what he was doing.
Okay.
Nobody was doing what he was doing. But yeah, he was obviously, had things that he needed to work on.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and what he believed in though, morally, he did fight for what he believed in though.
Yes.
He picked something and he stood by it if he did pick something. So that was good.
I agree with that. I feel throughout I feel like throughout that was like a constant. Like there was never like a moment where he wavered. Even though he was in like a school with all these people that believed in this one certain thing, for him, because of the experiences he's had, it was just like, this is what I know, and this is what I believe in currently now, because this is what my experiences have led me to believe in. And he never like wavered from that, even when he was getting closer to Tanrak. Okay, even though love can make you crazy, but he was like, no, actually, this is what I think, this is what you think, and we can both respect that generally and still love each other. And I like that.
And I like them. So
okay.
Okay. So how do you feel about Tanrak's personality?
Okay, for me, Tanrak, he was a gem, okay? I feel like I resonated with him so much. Like, his personality is one that was very much driven by religious identity. I think, like, he was very, in the beginning anyways, he was very grounded in what he had been taught. And you could say that's for multiple different reasons. I like to think it's because, like, because of what he's went through in life, he's like, okay, this is something I believe in because I want to believe in it, which can be very different from like, oh, I'm believing in this because I've just been taught this. And yeah, so personality wise, I thought he was also very reserved. Like, I know he had been with those guys for years, but I think his only closest friend was Kong. And also, like, I think they knew each other, but only to an extent. He only ever showed a version of himself that could be considered a good follower.
Yes, I agree with that. Tanrak was very, very religious, you know, especially, you know, how he grew up and stuff like that. You know, in the beginning, he knew what he wanted, and that's what he was trying to work towards. But then, you know, obviously as the show went on, he became more unsure. He started feeling guilty. And he became more scared because he thought like everything that he was going through, he just thought it was taking him away from God. But one thing about him though is that I feel like he never doubted God though. He like was always steadfast in his faith. It was just like he felt like his actions were just taking him away from what he, you know, grew up to know, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was...
Yeah. And I think we're like talking a lot about like their backstory and what they've been through. So I feel like we should just jump into that. Do you want to go into Tanrak's backstory?
Yes. Tanrak, we see him like when he was a little boy, his parents died, unfortunately. You know, he was at the church and the Father Arnon, he offered to let Tanrak stay with him in the church, and then that's how he got his scholarship. What was it? To be a priest.
Yeah, it was like a seminary scholarship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, and when that first happened, basically the father was like, you know, your parents are in heaven, and so he was like, oh, he wants to work towards going to heaven so that he could be with his parents. So basically, his entire stay at the church and, you know, his time at school, his ultimate goal is to be good enough in his faith and, you know, strong enough that he'll eventually go to heaven so that he can be with his parents. So that's basically, you know,
hence the name A Ticket to Heaven.
Yeah. And then can you get into Barth's?
Yeah. So opposite of Tanrak, I feel like Barth grew up with both of his parents. Both of his parents are super religious, but in different ways. His dad was more of a controlling religious person where he believed everything was literal. There was no other way that you could do something besides the way written in the Bible, word for word. I feel like his mom was more just as religious, like, but her faith was more like, I believe in God and I want my child to believe in God, and God has given me so much stuff that is so beautiful and I want my kid to know that. So he grows up with both of his parents. His father is very abusive towards the mother. His father is physically abusive towards his mother, as well as verbally and emotionally abusive to the whole entire family, the mom and Barth. And then one day, the dad finds, I believe it was magazines. Yeah, homosexual magazines in his room, and the dad flips out. He is not having none of that, actually. And he starts beating on Barth. And I don't know if they said if before this he had ever laid hands on Barth. I think he hadn't. I think he was only beating on the mom.
Yeah.
And I think that was an important part of it, because the mom flipped out. Because I think as a parent, if you're taking the brunt of it, you're like, okay, I'm protecting my child. But if you're seeing that the person that is abusing you is now also extending that towards the person that you thought you were protecting, I think that's why the mom like flipped out. And then she bashes the dad's head in. This is really graphic. Trigger warning.
After you already said
yeah, you should put that somewhere in the beginning. Trigger warning. But yeah, after the dad is like beating on Barth, the mom steps in and she basically is like trying to get him off of him, and with one thing led to another, and the father ends up passing away. The mom takes the responsibility as a parent would, and she's put in prison, which leaves Barth getting a deacon scholarship to the school. And it's like supposed to be a fresh new start for him, and he comes in and father is like, this is gonna be your guide in the school, and that's how him and Tanrak meet. Yeah.
Yes. So let's get into their first interactions as, you know, their characters in general. I feel like, you know, when Barth first came into the school, he wasn't talking to anybody, actually. He was not really making friends. He actually got into kind of a fight the first day with, what's the dude's name he got into a fight with?
I couldn't tell you. But he was one of the seminary kids.
Yes. And after the fight, he got kicked out, so we never saw him again.
Ever.
They dealt with him immediately.
Okay, because he was already a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Like, he was already picking fights and bullying people.
He was gone expeditiously.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, because, like, it just, like, popped in my head, like, the first interaction he had with that bully dude wasn't really, like, the dude was basically trying to size him up, you know? He was like, how did you get in here, 12th grade, like...
Oh, wasn't it in the bath?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Yeah.
Before that, a scene that really was, like, crazy to me, they were bullying this little kid and calling him slurs, like, calling him a homosexual.
Yes!
And, like, I guess trying to take off his... Like, throwing water on him and trying to, like poke at him or, like, take off his pants or something. And I remember, like, all the other boys are just standing there watching this happen. I'm like, what the heck are you guys even doing? Like, so that was the first interaction we saw to that bully. And then he turns that into poking and being like, oh, you must have high connections to Barth. Yeah.
It was just like, obviously you're bored. Because what?
Overly bored.
This is a seminary school. Like, what are you doing right now? But anyways, I digress. But yeah, Barth in the beginning, he was more towards himself. Obviously, you know, because of that scene. Okay. If anything did happen, he knew how to
tussle. Okay. That's another thing about his personality. I said that he was a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a fighter. Especially if you try to come for him.
Okay. And the people he care about.
You are going to be dealt with.
Immediately.
And then, obviously, as we said, father got Tanrak to basically look over Barth since he was new, and he came into the school year late, so it's like he did need a little extra help. And also in the beginning, you could also tell that he really wasn't feeling the school. Obviously, like that first scene, not the first scene, but like the scene where they were getting ready to go to mass and they had to walk in, and sir was late, no uniform in sight, wearing chancla flip-flops, dogs barking. I said, oh, okay. Then he went to go sit down in there, and in the middle of church service, in the middle of mass, he just gets up, like in the middle, he just gets up and leaves.
Literally, the father is like, everyone take a seat. We're about to start the sermon. And he is standing there looking at this man, and then he gets up and leaves.
And it's like, okay.
And I know the father was like, this can't be happening.
No, because in that moment, I was like, Bart, this is the most attention-seeking thing I've ever seen.
In my life, bro.
Because, okay, I understand you're going through some things, but what was the purpose of doing that? Like, what actually was the purpose of doing that? You just wanted somebody to stop you and talk to you, okay? That's what you wanted. Because that was so unnecessary.
So extra.
But, yeah, and then, you know, what? I'm trying to think. It was, after that, it was like little interactions would be happening between Tanrak and Barth. Like, one was, you know, Tanrak left his little water, the pail thing.
Oh, yes, for Barth.
Yeah, so that he could take a shower.
Because he was just over here grabbing the water. Like, you know, there's no water. He has big hands, okay, as a man, but there's not enough water that's going to grab in your hand for you to cleanse your body. Like,
okay, he was...
And he
like barely getting anything. And it's like, Barth, please.
Like, just ask someone for a bucket. Please.
Okay.
You can't go around stinky. That's what I literally thought in my head. I was like, you're gonna go around stinky.
You're gonna be funky in there. You're gonna be funky.
I wanna take it back just a step farther. Not step further, but like, I wanna take it one, like, back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Their very first interaction, right? It's storming. The boys are in like the chapel. They're cleaning the pews, right? And then father comes in first, and he's talking to the boys because I think they are setting up for the mass that's gonna happen
the next day.
Yeah. And then Barth comes in, and the cross is like about to fall down, and then they both run to grab it at the same time. That was the cutest thing to ever exist, bro. And they're both holding the cross up like this. Mm-hmm. Their hands are grazing like this. And they're looking at each other in the eyes. And I was like, damn. This is gonna be crazy, bro. And I feel like that was so symbolic of a lot of things. Because at this point, Barth is very much lost in his faith, okay? He don't got none to give. But yet, he still runs to catch the cross, because like a cross falling down ever is like blasphemous or like sacrilegious or whatever. So he still is like, let me help out. Like, I thought that was just like such a beautiful moment, because it's like, even though he isn't as strong in his faith as he once was, maybe back when he was a kid, he still has something in him that still desires, you know, that sense of belonging. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that was just such a cute moment in their first interactions. And then, like, as Haven was saying, they have just, like, cute interactions throughout of them getting to know each other and forming that connection, yeah.
Yes. They're cute. Ooh. They're cute interactions. And then, yeah, after that, they do have their little small moments that they have, you know, doing a little 1-2-1-2. And then, yeah. And then I think after this, we can start getting into their couple lineup. Mm-hmm. To, like, you know, the interactions that they had as a couple.
Yes.
Which, obviously, they had a lot of cute ones, okay?
Okay, before we start the couple lineup, let me ask you, like, how do I phrase this? What transition or, like, moment do you think got them from being kind of strangers just into friends? Because you like you were saying, like, before, Barth wasn't really talking to anybody at all whatsoever, and he was like kind of like getting into fights and stuff. But then I feel like there was like a moment where he was like, dang, let me buckle down. And then him and Tanrak actually started talking before they even became a couple.
It was probably, I want to say, like when Barth's stuff was thrown into the water, and Tanrak came and like helped him, and they were basically locked out there that night. I feel like that was really like a turning point for the both of them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think Barth is looking at it like, oh, he's like the, you know, father's right-hand man technically, okay? And it's like, he should have gone to like go and tell and go do all this stuff, but he stayed and still helped him out. So I think
Yes.
that really like got him thinking a different way about him in general. And then with Tamarack, I feel like it was more of a, he obviously didn't know what Barth was going through, but like I feel like he could still probably like, I don't know, something deep down, I feel like he could still like sense something like, you know,
Yeah,
this
like there's
dude
a reason.
Yeah, like this dude probably needs somebody, so let me just stay and try to help and, you know, do stuff like that. So I feel like that was really a pivotal point, and them going from like, oh, just like the small tiny moments of them like, you know, Tamara trying to help out, to them actually talking a little bit more, like even before,
and like actually becoming friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember though, was this thing that happened that made Barth move seats?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the next day he kicks his friend. He's just like, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, because one thing about that though, if I was Klondike, I would have looked at you like, so
sir,
go back to your seat. Why are you
Like-
trying to take my seat? Okay, so they're next to my friend and you over here trying to move me.
Actually, I don't know if it was that scene or if it was them in the piano room. Cause remember, Tanrak taught him how to play the piano,
yeah.
and then the music. It was either before that he moved seats, or after that. But I can't remember specifically, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, and I think that was definitely the turning point of them becoming friends. Because, guys, let's be so for real. There's like no real world interaction. Well, actually, that's not true, but it's very unlikely to see someone and be like, I want you, lovers. You know, like you have to you have to be friends, or like get to know them on a friend level before you could just be lovers. Like, so I think that, and Barth seeing that somebody was on his side really made a difference to Barth, like being like, okay, I can open up to oh dude, I guess. Like, he seems chill, even though you could say before he was thinking like, yeah, that is the father's right hand man, and he's just like a rule follower. While Barth is very much a rule bender. Okay, he be bending and breaking.
He was trying to sneak out any chance he got.
Okay, so this is blinking red.
We're officially back from our intermission, and we were in the middle of talking about the couple lineup. So, just to, you know, do a little wrap up. For my couple lineup, I just wrote like some of the stuff. Wait, you're looking at me?
Sorry. I totally zoned out, bro. And I started thinking of T from T4.
Did you see their concert
yeah,
videos? Anyways,
sorry.
Gulp. So basically, you know, interactions that they did, it's like after they became a couple. So I was just like, you know, wait, when Barth, I don't think they were a couple yet. When Barth pretended he was in the choir to go and
No, they were just friends.
yes,
They were just friends.
but you know, but yeah, that was something that they did. Barth, and then I'm sorry, I'm just remembering it. Oh, Tamara just lying with him. Nah, he know. But anyways, you know, when they became a couple, they would be sneaking around, doing things they knew they shouldn't have been doing. Writing in each other's notebooks, just doing cute little sweet things together. And then they spent the entire Christmas break together, which I don't want to get into it, but it's caused some problems between Tanrak and Klondike. So yeah, now I feel like that's gonna take me into their plot development.
I wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah.
One thing like about them as a couple that I really loved is I feel like they were both very understanding of each other, considering like at this point Tanrak was very much deeper in his faith than Barth was, but I feel like Tanrak never shied away of saying what he believed, and Barth never put him down for it. It was more like Barth would ask a question and Tanrak would, you know, answer it to the best of his abilities, knowing what he knows or like what he's been taught, you know? And I really love that. it was just so, and they were just so gentle with each other, because I feel like even if you don't know someone's whole story, just by the way they react or they act out, you could tell like, oh, something happened. So they were really gentle and understanding with each other, like as a whole couple. Okay, and now back to you with, what was it?
Doing plot development.
Plot development.
Basically, scenes that we feel like were very... Whoa.
I don't know if they could hear you.
Oh. Scenes that we felt like were very, you know, what's it called? English. I forgot English. English.
Scenes that developed the plot, like... She's talking about English, like... Say it in tree, like, at this point.
Well, dang. Okay. Basically, so the first scene that I have is the scene where Tamrak basically goes to the bathroom and touches himself. Basically, that was...
She didn't have to say it like that. She really didn't have to say it like that, because she could have said it a different way. She said, he goes in the bathroom and he touches himself. Like, what? Okay, continue.
Because that's what he does. And I feel like I put that scene because that was the very first time I feel like Tamrak actually like accepted his feelings and like realized he did like him. Even though, you know, he was still trying to basically stop it from happening. But I feel like that's when he truly realized, like, yeah, he is falling for this dude.
I also put that one as a development, but my reasoning was a little differently. I agree with you that that was also the first time that he like accepted his feelings, but I also feel like that was probably the first time he felt damned, because religious wise, doing that is seen as a sin as well, and him taking that step to be like, I'm going to express myself in this way, I feel like he could have felt like that was his first step towards damnation and like moving from God. That's how I thought about it. I was just like, damn, that was probably really hard, even though it probably felt good. Like, that was the first like moment where you're just like, okay, he's taking that step towards this relationship, and what I preference by saying what he could feel is taking a step away from God. Because, you know, like, anyways, but yeah. And then my first one that I put was when they first met at the church and they were holding that cross. Because like I said before, like, I feel like that was just so, it was so metaphorical, symbolic. It was just like holding yourself together, even being lost in your faith, even going through what you would consider a dark path. Yeah, that was what I put first, but I also put the bathroom scene. I think that was my second. Yeah.
Yes, I also agree with her first scene as well. And then my second scene is Barth and Tamrak's first kiss. Okay. But yes, their first kiss, because it was just so like, it was just everything. I don't know, like, you know, because it was, Tamrak at that time was still trying to like run away from him and trying to hide from him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is after he realized that he liked him, so he was trying to, you know, run away from it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like Barth kind of forced him to confront his feelings head on in that moment. And when that happened, you know, that's when you get them, you know, that's when we get our first kissing scene in the bathroom. And yeah, I just feel like, because after that moment, that's when they started, you know, actually, because yes, Tamrak was trying to run away from it, but after that kissing scene happened, it was like they were enjoying themselves, you know, hanging out, doing things couples do,
Being together.
yeah. So, you know,
I also put that one down, and that scene made me cry, bro. Okay, before that scene when they're taking a shower, like, first of all, sorry, this is a side plot, but I would hate to take a shower like that. just out in the open, just
girl,
out in the
everything they were
open.
doing, they were sleeping all together in the same rooms, taking showers all together. I said, hey,
I didn't even do that in college, okay?
Yeah.
I had a private bathroom. Anyway, like, but when they were taking a shower, I watched a video on this guy breaking down the tie, because the translation, Barth tells a joke, and in the like what's it called? The subtitles. In the subtitles, it translates the joke to like Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh yes, I remember that.
But that's not the actual real translation. Like the guy, when he broke down the tie, he's saying that basically Barth was making a joke about a penis.
Oh.
Okay? And I guess like in the books, Tenrak was, I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. He was aroused during that point. And there's like a scene where you see them like look down and then look back up at each other. So I feel like that was the first step before the kissing scene.
Oh.
And yeah, so
because I was highly
like Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
That was like
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Like I feel like they could have broke that down better.
you talking about some Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Yeah.
How did that translate
to anything? But okay. So
because I saw Scooby-Dooby-Doo, but then I heard what he said, and he said, but in Thai, I don't remember like the specific
word, but it didn't sound like it should translate to Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the like translation for that was totally just it. Anyway, but then like you were saying with the kissing scene, that really made me cry, bro, because you could just feel one how embarrassing it is, because like let's say he was very aroused when that happened, because the lights were off too, and then the lights came back on. I think that's when he ran. And like one, it's embarrassing. Two, you have like this guy that you like that you feel like you shouldn't like at your door telling you that he likes you. Like that's just so many emotions. And then I remember there was this like Barth says, you know, right? And I think Tanrek's like, no, what? And he's like, he's not one of God's favorite sons. And I started bawling because I'm like, what do you even mean? And it was just so emotional because I'm like, you are God's favorite son, sweetie poo. Like, you got a bad bitch right there. Like, is that not, like, anyways, this is besides the point. I won't go into the whole thing of it. But, yeah, him saying that and then Tanrak hearing that, I feel like was kind of like a validation to him. Like, okay, we can do this together. And then when he opens the door and he's like, I'm not God's favorite son either. I'm like, ah. And then when they kissed, bro, first of all, I want to give props to Gemini 4th, because sometimes GMM kissing scenes be lackluster as cheese crackers and lollipop sticks, but they really put their whole back into
you
that.
can feel the tension,
the
need,
like
the need
genuinely, like it was so good. Like it was a great scene and it didn't lack anything. It had the emotional aspect, and I feel like the kiss was just like a bonus thing, you know? Yeah.
I totally agree. Okay. But yes, who said that scene? Me or you?
I did. No, you did. I didn't say that scene. It's like, well, we both agreed on that scene. Yeah. And then my next one that I put was after they like ran away and they go to visit Tanrak's parents at the cemetery and they meet Tanrak's dad's friend.
Oh yes.
I thought that that was so, one, perfectly placed, two, just so important. Because when they, okay, for context, the dad's friend is a transgendered woman, okay? They've known each other since they were kids. They were childhood friends. They both went to the same school that Tanrak goes now, Mary Magdalene, St. Magdalene's, and yeah, all this stuff. And when he meets the friend, my first thought was like, your parents would have been down to protect you, babe. Because like, I'm like, okay, this,
because it seemed like the dad and the friend, like the Auntie Lek,
yes,
were still friends even after she transitioned.
Yes, like still close friends, you know what I mean? And I think it was so important for Tanrak to have a person that also had gone through loss of religion or like loss of faith. And just like hearing it from Auntie Lek's perspective, that's what the friend's name, it was just so beautiful because Auntie Lek too is still very much in her faith, you know, like she has photos of Jesus and like Bibles and crosses in her home, and she found a way to move past whatever feelings that comes with, you know, loss of faith. And I feel like Tanrak really needed to see that there is a light, and like outside of all this darkness, you're gonna actually get through it. And I think Barth actually says that to him in one of the scenes, like when they're like laying down in Auntie Lek's house, I think. And it was just so beautiful. And just like knowing that the dad was, because then I think Auntie Lek and the dad left the school together. Like, yeah. Like,
to like just leaving the school together. Yeah.
They left the school together. So I feel like he would, like, to me, that just felt like his parents would have supported him in whatever. And I hope, like, for Tanrak, that was also the thought. Like, my parents wouldn't be disappointed in me because of who I love. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that too. I also have that written down here too as well. Because I feel like that was a very important scene because it shows that, I feel like to Tamrak, it showed him that you can still love God and still like be who you are. Yeah. Okay. So yes. Then my next scene was actually when it was during when Barth and Tamrak were hanging out together during Christmas break, and they went to the waterfall, and then they carved their name in the tree. I just thought that was a cute scene. You know, and it just, I don't know, just because I feel like during that time, during Christmas break, was a time where they could be in a relationship where, you know,
without having to feel like they were hiding.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody in the school for real. I don't even know where the father was. I don't think he can leave the school, but he wasn't there.
But like, it was Christmas break, so I feel like, you know.
True. Maybe he was out with the other priests.
Yeah. You know. But yeah. And then here. You know.
I think I agree with you. That was a really cute, just a cute little scene. And also, I think it kind of like solidified like them truly opening up to each other, because I think that was the first time Barth let Tanrak know what happened in his past.
Yes.
About his parents. And also, one thing that Barth, I love that he says this, is giving so emotionally available. Okay, he was an emotionally available man. He was like, if we go through anything, just like talk to me and let me know, like if we have a problem. And I'm just like, that is just so cute. Like in a relationship, you really need that. Like you would think you don't need to say it, but you do need to say it, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to hear it for the people in the back. Like, so him saying that was just so impactful. And then them writing their name, his name that was like written wrong on the tree. He didn't even know how to spell his name back then.
Because I feel like with that scene, you can tell that like Barth really wanted him in his life. Because Barth had written that long ago.
Okay, he was a kid.
Yeah. So the fact that he wanted Tamrak to also write his name there is like, you know, he wants to go through life.
You're so right. She's like, I want you. Like this. Sorry,
yes,
forget me. Just forget me.
He wanted Tamrak to go through life with him.
Yes, that's that's, yeah. Anyways, next case, please. Okay. And then my last one that I put was them going back to the school. Now they played real bad, because when I saw Barth come out that car alone, I said,
oh yes, yes, because in the beginning, because it was like a continuation from the like very first episode. In the beginning, it started years in the future. Then we going back to the end. It goes back to that same scene. I'm thinking, did he not? Like, did he decide to become a priest?
Like, did he leave him?
Because even the transition scene, we didn't know. Because they were just in the hotel and he was just looking. He looked behind him, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yes. Like, I was like, when he got out that car alone, I said, so what's going on? And then he walked into the church, still alone. And then the church doors open to the bright scene, and I'm like, what's going on? Okay, but at some point they do reunite, and they did not break up, guys. So I was so happy. I was like,
Same.
imagine going through all of that. Just, bro, I would have.
Okay.
I would have been mad.
And I'm glad that they ended up together because people were saying that they wanted a sad ending, which is like obviously, you know, if they wanted realism.
Don't even get me started on the sad endings, bro.
I'm just happy. Like, I don't know. I'm just happy they ended up together. Like,
Okay, because they deserved happiness.
yeah, yes, they deserved every bit of
Yes.
happiness. Okay.
So aside of that, the like impactful thing about it was them coming back to the school, and it just kind of felt like a full circle moment. Like Tanrak was there for his friend, seeing like all the other seminary boys actually fulfilling their their destiny, and you know, becoming priests. And then I feel like probably going back to the church like just stirs up so many emotions. And hopefully I hope that one of the emotions was just a feeling of content and complete. Yeah.
Yes. And then I do have a couple more scenes, though I'm not gonna hold you. My next one was when Kong comes back from spring break. Not spring break, sorry, whatever, the break. And he gives Tamrak back the rosary that he lended Barth. And I feel like that was an important scene because it was like, Tamrak, I feel like it kind of like, it made Tamrak, at that point, it made him scared because he thought he was, you know, he thought him and Barth had been found out at that time. Or like, Kong was suspicious of them, which he was. He been suspicious, okay? He was looking at them with a side eye every time they passed by. But, yeah, I feel like that was just a scene that made him like kind of want to step back a little bit. And then also kind of similar situation when Barth and Tamrak almost get caught during the movie night. That one, I feel like Tamrak wanted to take a whole step back. Actually, I was kind of scared old dude was gonna want to stop the whole thing to begin with, because I think that was the same night that he burnt everything, right? Because he...
The book, yeah.
Yes, the book. Like...
Because, like, I think before you said, they, like, were writing in each other's homework books,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to turn that in finally, and he, like, gets that realization, like, oh, we have some cute lovey-dovey notes in there, let me burn it. So he burns it.
Yes. And I feel like that scene, if it wasn't for Barth coming to him and, you know, talking to him, I think he was ready to take a full step back.
Emotionally available.
Literally that entire scene, I was crying.
Because he's just...
I was just crying that entire scene, okay?
Just so understanding and soft with each other. Like, what we were talking about was...
Oh, I do want to bring up, because I have here, when Tanrak confesses his sins to the father in the confessional.
That's the one I was saying.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up because it was an important scene because, you know, Tanrak was going through some turmoil. But other than that, I would like to say that we did not get that one scene from the pilot episode, from the pilot that GMM dropped, where it was basically, you know how everybody's doing those little edits to what's called Lana Del Rey's song when and he's basically telling the father, you know, father, will I still go to heaven if I like boys? We did not get that scene, and I was kind of sad because I was literally waiting on that.
Did you say what he asked?
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
Father, if I love boys, can I still make it to heaven or go to heaven? It's like I was waiting on that scene because my tears were ready. The tears were ready to fall if that scene came. Like, and it never did. The tears still fell for different scenes,
yeah,
but not for that. So, GMM,
do better.
Yeah, do better, GMM.
I'm gonna say something. Okay, I'm gonna also add that scene would have shown us a little bit more of Father Aaron's, what's his name? Arnon's character as a father. I feel like he was not only the priest to Tanrak, but also low-key a parent figure. Because after Tanrak lost his parents, both of his parents, and he's been in that school forever, like his parental figure is in fact that priest. You know what I mean? And I feel like we don't really get a lot from him. Like, not that we should, but I feel like them taking that out kind of like dulled the whole confessional. Obviously, Tanrak did say a lot of important things in the confessional, but from the father's point of like my perspective of the father, he was giving very vague responses, which I guess as a priest might be what you're supposed to do. I don't know, I'm not a priest, but it was just like, I think Tanrak was just like, a question he asked was, if I stop loving the person that I love, would that make me like closer to God or something? It was along those lines. And the father's gonna reply, if you think so. If I think so?
Some of the father's like answers to what Tamrak was saying, I was like, can we stop with the riddles and just tell him full on? He loved him a riddle.
Like, just at the end, I also want to talk about the riddle. That one riddle, it was like, who's the liar? And then you have the believer.
Oh, yes.
I want to talk about that because I found it on Twitter.
Oh, really?
The full thing, yeah.
Oh.
And because I was reading it to Samola. It's the whole thing, I'll tell you later. Because I was like, I was so confused. I was right though. Because I was like, it has to be the lost one. But back to the father. His answers left much to be desired, okay? And once again,
probably made Tamrak even more confused.
Very much confused. Because obviously, I'm not a priest, so I don't know what you can and can't say in a confessional. I'm sure there are guidelines. When I have gone to confession, it's usually pray 10 Hail Marys and 20 Our Fathers on your knees in the chapel and repent from your sins and never do it again type stuff. So I'm like, maybe that's all the authority they have.
Yeah.
But like, my thing is like, well, what do you mean? Like, I just told you, if I give up the person that I truly love and I think could be the perfect person for me, but the teachings tell me that it's wrong, but it feels right, and you look me in the face and you tell me if you think that's what you need to do. Sir, if I knew what to do, I wouldn't be in this position. I need your guidance. That's why I'm here.
What old dude should have said was, your relationship with God is your own. You know, pray, you know, and, you know, see what the Lord guides you to do, to see what you know.
He didn't even say that.
He didn't say none of that.
He didn't even say that.
He said none of that. Like, sir.
I feel like he was trying to say
at least
that.
a prayer. Make it pray something. You're not doing nothing.
You're so right. Like, I think he was trying to get to that point, but like you said, riddles on riddles on riddles. Mm-hmm. Just tell old dude straight up, pray about it, and the Lord will guide you. That's all you had to do.
That is all you had to do. Tell him to pray, and you did not do that.
He played real bad, man.
Like, even me, he said what he's saying. I'm over here trying to decipher what you're saying too.
Yeah.
Because what? You're talking in riddles right now, babes.
Like, what are you even telling me? Like,
yeah. No, like, honestly, what are you telling me right now?
So that was one thing I was just like, next case, you know?
Yeah. now you're just talking to talk.
Yeah.
Or if you don't know what to say I don't got an answer for you. Simple.
Bro, I was about to say something crazy. Okay, was that all of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next is public reactions.
Oh, so, okay, when we were talking about this, from what I've seen, the public reactions were good.
Yeah.
I think the only controversy that was talked about or like out there was the merch for the show. People felt that it was disrespectful to have a rosary as one of the merch and was unnecessary. Personally, like I told Haven, like, shoot, I would use it. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't...
It works the same. It's a rosary. Like, And I didn't even have like anything that just like was specifically, I think it was the colors, like it was like blue and silver.
Yeah, my thing is because yes, it's merch and stuff like that, but as you said, it's still a rosary. You guys are not checking who's manufacturing your actual rosaries that you're using.
Yeah. So
as long as it's of, you know, good quality, you can still use it to pray. Shoot, nobody's gonna know. And if somebody does know, as Joyce was saying, somebody does know, shoot, become their friend.
Okay, like we in the same boat, Wookie. Like let's pray together.
Obviously, watching the same stuff I'm watching.
Okay, if you know what it is, like. But yes, I think that was the only controversy that I saw.
I didn't see much controversy. The only thing I really saw was, you know, people were anticipating for it because people, as I said, people have been waiting for this for a long time. And so, you know, they just had, I feel like they had high expectations for it because, you know, the pilot was a very good pilot that they did drop, okay? The edits that came from that pilot alone for years. We were literally fed off of edits for like a year and a half.
Just pure edits, bro.
Okay, edits and Lana Del Rey. That's all we were feeding off of.
Lana Del Rey, and then Gigi Perez is her name. Fable. Ugh, every time I hear that song, I cry. Tears just start pouring down my eyes because it's that scene where he's like, "Father, can I go to heaven if I like boys?"
And they didn't put it in the
missed opportunity. Opportunity. Oh, okay. No, sorry.
No, say.
No, this has nothing to do with nothing. My mind just wanders.
But yes, and then yeah, then we're gonna go into the OST. Okay.
Yes.
I will say for the OST, I actually really liked it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I usually skip through the beginning, like the
intro.
The intro, yes. But the one time that I did watch it for the one episode I did, it gave very much a song you would hear in church. Obviously I don't understand Thai, so I don't really know the lyrics it was saying for real, but it sounded like something you would hear in church, which obviously for the context of the show really went with that. And then the songs that they would play like during certain scenes,
beautifully matched.
Beautifully. It was great. It fit very well.
Like the opening, like you said, I also will be skipping through the openings because it's just repetition. But I did in fact stop and listen to this song because it was just so beautiful. Like the intro song, like you said, like it's definitely one they would play in church, especially a Catholic church. Okay, they love themselves some high pitch. Okay, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. Like I was like, dang, let me find the lyrics, you know. Introduce it to my church, but it's okay.
Bye.
Because, you know, it probably won't sound the same. But yeah, it was really good. And I liked all the music. I thought they went great with all the scenes. Okay. Yeah.
I know this isn't a part of the OST, but when they were singing during the choir thingy and they were singing Gloria, I was singing along with them.
Yeah.
Because they were eating that. They were like, oh. I said, oh.
I was like, okay, man.
They ate that
They really did.
But yeah.
Okay, also, I found this was so funny. When the teacher called Barth up to see what range she was, they had old dude standing in front of everybody talking himself. I'm like, can you please? This could have been a private lesson.
Okay. And that note, like, Gemini can sing, but that note he could not hit.
Okay.
And I said, stop embarrassing him.
I said, I know they told him not to hit that note because he can hit that note.
That's true. Okay, because my boy can sing.
Okay.
Don't play with him. Them concerts, I know he can sing.
He can sing.
Okay. Now, next up on our itinerary, not our itinerary. Itinerary.
Fan meet. New York.
Move on. Okay.
Move on.
Next we have the actor swap. First, do you think Gemini 4th was a good fit for this? And I think me and Joyce, I can speak for me and my girl Joyce here when I say they were the best fit. They
100%.
They couldn't have found anybody. Like, they ate this role down. Okay? Gemini 4th, thank you.
No, like, honestly, okay, throughout the whole series, 4th is the cutest thing to ever exist. like he kept doing this thing. I don't know if you noticed, but with his eyes, when he looks up, he like is like, let's say he's looking down at something, he'll slowly move his eyes to the middle, stop for a second, and then fully look up. That is so cute. Like, it just went so perfect with the character, especially when he's looking at Barth. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like he would like, let's say they're washing dishes, right? He like, and he's looking down washing the dishes, and Barth,
oh, I did notice that.
yes, he literally looking down, he'll look up, stop in the middle, hesitate for a second,
especially when you said washing the dishes. I remember him doing that too,
and then he fully looks up, and it's just like so effortless and smooth. But I noticed that like he does it like a lot throughout, and I'm just like, this is so cute, and it's just so
Tanrak.
Yes, it's just so perfect for the character. Yeah.
Yes.
Barth ate that up.
He ate it up. Like,
it was so good. Like, I was just like, his mannerisms.
Fourth was perfect for Tanrak, and Gemini was perfect for Barth. Like, I have no complaints.
And like, okay, obviously we don't know the actors or whatever, but like seeing the actors' mannerisms in like interviews or like lives and stuff like that, you can tell Gemini is very different from Barth. Gemini gives very much like soft spoken, very like, I wouldn't say laid back, you know. And Barth is like very like outwardly like vibrato. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word, but they were totally different people, and I think Gemini did such a good job of like embracing that. Also, are Gemini fourth Buddhists?
That's what I don't know. I feel like they are. But if they are, they played some very good Catholics.
Yeah. And I feel like that's another thing. I feel like everything was very respectful. In the beginning, they put like a disclaimer, like, this is fiction. It's not meant to offend anybody and stuff like that. And I appreciated that, you know. And shoot, it wasn't gonna offend anybody. Like, if it offends you, it was always gonna offend you. You know what I mean? So yeah. But they did 10 out of 10. Okay. Now, other actors you think could embody this role? I had a very difficult time with this, so I'm gonna give it to Haven. She's gonna blow you guys out the water here.
Oh, so yeah, I also had a very difficult time. Like, I was really searching of who could play this because I could not think of who can for the life of me. And so I came up with 4 different options. Okay, 2 of them are older. Like, if this was like they were a little bit older, not in 12th grade, obviously, and then 2 of them would be obviously like the younger, like, you know, kept exactly how it is. So for my older ones, my first pick was Jimmy C. And I thought about this because C was already in the show, okay? And he ate it up, okay? So I was just like, you know, I feel like I could see them in the role. And then I feel like for my second pick for like older, I picked Mal Oppo. Because of Shine, I feel like Shine, it kind of gave like a similar vibe. Obviously not the same thing, they're not the same thing, but a similar vibe, so I kind of got based it off of that. So I thought that would be good. And then for my younger pick, I got Luke Mick and Almond Progress. Almond Progress, I did pick them because of an edit. I looked at an edit, I said, okay, I can see it. And so,
but no, that was so real.
Yeah,
that's so real. How many of us have seen an edit and been like, let me go watch this just because the edit looked good?
Yeah, okay. Do you know how many people watch Kenjira just because of that edit of him?
Bro, yeah,
it's showing his back. Like, that's just it. It's like edits, they could do a lot.
Editors out there be changing the world, one edit at a time.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all.
Okay,
because I'm gonna watch every one of them.
Everyone.
Ooh. The way my mind has been changed because of edits on certain things.
On certain things, yeah.
I can find somebody ugly 1 second. I watch an edit. Ooh, they look fine. Ooh, they look fine. Okay. But anyways. But yeah. Luke Mick. I don't know. Obviously, I feel like Gemini 4th really did well on this, so it's kind of hard for me to pick a different one.
I couldn't think of anybody.
Anyways. But you were talking about who you didn't say who
Oh yeah, it was just so difficult finding people because it's just like Gemini 4th, like their mannerisms just fit so well and they just embodied the characters so well. So I was just like, I don't even know. I don't know. I thought about all the people in GMM and I was like, yeah. And then Demonte, and then I did think about Pooh Pavel, but
I just didn't think it was gonna work.
Yeah. And then I think, oh sorry,
I was trying to find somebody who really gave that. I don't know.
Just the ish. I don't know.
Yeah, you needed to have you needed someone who looks really religious. Like once you put them in like a
robe.
Yeah, a robe. Somebody who can give the potential to be father-like, because he was gonna try to be a father.
A priest.
A priest. Yeah, and then somebody who gave rebellious enough.
I did think about Chris Cinto, just because like in SOTUS, what's his name? Chris's character was kind of reserved and stoic, like Barth. So it's like I feel like they could do good with that, but I feel like that would be like if it was like an older couple. Yeah. Other than that, I couldn't think of anybody. Okay.
Now let's get to the ratings. Okay, how we rated the show. So for me, I rated the full show a 9.5 out of 10. Okay, because it was really good. I took the 0.5 off because they didn't have that little one scene in, but that's it. That's okay.
What scene?
The one scene from the pilot.
Oh, they didn't have it in.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I really like the show.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I think I really liked it too. And like I really resonated with some parts. And I just think that like having shows that show struggle, even if it like for Tanrak, it's like, romantic struggle, but you can have struggles and lose your faith in so many different ways. So I feel like having shows like that is really important.
Oh,
next thing, visuals.
Okay. Visuals, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I really liked it. It gave like, I don't know. Like I really liked the visuals and the church and everything around it and the vibe of the show in general. It gave more serious than because GMM love to do a goofy thing. They love even when sometimes they be doing something serious, they're gonna throw something goofy up in there. Okay, and I'm glad they didn't do that for this. So
I gave it for visuals, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I thought all the visuals were good too. I really loved all of the scenes of the church and the chapel. Yeah. And all around, everyone just looked good. I think wardrobe wise, does that go into visuals?
Yeah.
Wardrobe wise, everything was like meh to me. The uniforms were meh, but I'm just a hater in uniforms, so.
Absolutely. They just gave regular tie uniforms to me.
Meh.
With the emblem. The school emblem that they had.
It was an all-boys school too, so maybe the girls' uniforms would have been.
Maybe.
Actually, no. The sistering school, their uniforms look mad too.
I don't remember their uniform. Oh, didn't they all just look like regular tie uniforms?
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, the acting is next, and I give that a 10 out of 10. Gemini 4th, I have no notes for you. You ate that up. Yeah.
Agreed. 10 out of 10. And Gemini 4th, and also like all the other actors, they all did really good. The best friend, Kong.
Oh, Ashy.
Yes, Ashy. He really put all he got in there, okay? And I feel like he was also like, a moving factor in their relationship, and he really did good.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes, and then next is chemistry, and I gave that a 9.5. I think Gemini 4th in general have a really great chemistry. They're bros that they're bros that are in love. I mean, wait. I didn't mean to say that.
They're bros that are in love.
I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say they have really great chemistry. Ignore what I just said.
You were trying to say they're bros that kiss.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For chemistry, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10 because, like I keep saying, they were so soft and understanding towards each other. Like, the characters themselves, it was just so cute. All of their, like, touchy moments, all of their, like, and, like, chemistry is more than just, like, physicality, you know? Like, the way they talked to each other, the way they just hung out, okay? Like, Barth, like, getting involved so he can be closer to Tanrak. That's what I thought. That's why you joined that choir. You know why you're in there. Yeah. Also, I was gonna ask you, to me, I think that Barth fell first. I think when he walked up into that chapel that first day he saw Tanrak, he was like, that's my type.
I mean, shoot. Yeah. I mean,
he wanted that.
The whole reason why he was there is because he was gay in general, okay?
Okay, yeah, that's another thing I don't think we said, like, but Barth had already come to terms with his sexuality before coming to the school, so that was, like, a whole nother thing. But, like, I was like, he definitely fell first, okay? He wanted that bad from day one. Day one, when they touched hands.
I do agree with that, I do.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
Would recommend.
And then, next is NC scenes. Now, there weren't any actual NC scenes in this, so I just lied straight to your face.
Okay, but, like, I thought, like, I was, like, thinking, what would, like, you didn't consider that NC? Like,
girl, I forgot.
It happened. Yeah. It wasn't memorable for you.
No, it's not that it wasn't memorable. Like
yeah,
the scene, like that scene, it was good in general.
Yeah.
I think it's because I didn't see anything for real. So like since I didn't see anything, it slipped my mind that scene was there. Like
that's what I thought. That's why I like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, most of this was based off the kissing scenes because that's what I. But yeah, they did have. I rated it a 7 out of 10. Okay, because the kissing scenes that they had were really good. Okay, you can see the tension, everything, but the NC scenes there really wasn't much to the actual NC scenes that I just now remembered were there. The reason why I gave it a 7 out of 10 before is because, like, obviously you don't need NC scenes to make a BL, obviously, but since there wasn't any and it was just what I remembered at the time was mostly kissing scenes, that's why I gave it a 7 out of 10 because the kissing scenes were good.
I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 because, like I've been saying, like, I think the characters themselves were just so gentle with each other. And the bathroom kissing scene, right? I like that when the actors are kissing, it's like not just one person kissing another person. Like it's very much both. Duality. Mm-hmm. Yes, like they're both. Cause like, oh my gosh, bro. Whenever it's like usually the one who's the bottom is just standing there like this, and then the top is just like you're being kissed at. I hate that so much. Like I hate scenes like that because it just feels like, do you even want to be kissing this person? But with this character, with these actors, it really drew you in. Like, they are making that decision to be together and to actually kiss because they want to, you know? And that was, like, really, like, important for me because I just can't stand NC scenes, kissing scenes where it feels like the top is doing all the work and the bottom is just there to exist in that time and space and continuum. It's like, this is a dual thing, bro. You know, even if you get consent, teamwork makes the dream work, okay? And I feel like Gemini 4th did a great job of that. When I saw your rating, I was like, I understood that because the one NC scene that they had, like Haven said, didn't show anything. It was just like, it was like a moment.
They were just kissing. You can tell that they were, you know, about to do it, and then it just blanked out next scene. So it was like, that's why I kind of forgot it was there, because it was like,
yeah.
I think I just remembered it as another kissing scene and went about my day.
Yes. And I think the only reason that resonated with me, because they're in a hotel, okay, and it's definitely like, you know, like intimate hotel, because they provided some intimate.
Even the lighting that was in there, I said, this
okay.
is all the lighting you got.
They're
some
in LED lights, like it's definitely setting up for somebody to have something done in there. And it like the bathroom is just, you can see everything, okay? But what stuck out to me, it's like when they were talking, it seemed that they had already come to the agreement that they were gonna have that further connection before they did it. Because Gemini is like, hey, are you asleep? Not Gemini. Barth is like, hey, are you asleep? And you have Kenrak that's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, okay, well. And then, like, they both get up, and you can visibly see that Kenrak is just so embarrassed. And it was so cute to me. And he's, like, hiding his face in his shirt. Like, once again, the mannerisms. Just he's hiding his face in his shirt. And Barth is like, are you sure? Like, as in, like, we don't have to. Like, it was just such good open communication. And it was just so beautiful. But as, like the scene goes on, like you said, it just goes blank. And then they come back and they're just in bed. And I think all you see is, like, shirt off, so. And I think Barth was asleep, so it was like, but yeah. I personally just love soft, intimate, direct, we know what we want moments. So if we're encompassing all of that in the end scenes, then a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. And then last is the OST, and I gave that an 8 out of 10.
Same. I did too.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. It was good. Like, it was really good. Like, I feel like no notes from me.
Yeah.
Why did I take points off? I think I took points off just because it's not something I'll put in my actual playlist. Yeah, like I wouldn't listen to it.
But it was good.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't actively listen to it, yeah.
That's why I gave it an 8 out of 10, for real.
Agreed. And yeah.
Anyways, so thank you for coming to listen to us at GMH TV today. Can't wait to see you the next episode, and follow us on our socials.
Bye.